Good evening and welcome to Hacking Gourmet's presentation of the Flor Dominicana Gourmet Smoke Sessions. This is session number 3 and we're here in Coral Gables, Florida with Galiano Cigar Room. We've got a nice crowd inside. Everything came together kind of hectic, but we're here, we're live, and it looks good and the music sounded nice. I've already got meat cooking here. We've got flames. We'll get to see that in a little bit. But this is session number 3. I'm Jonathan Carney from Hacking Gourmet and the Vice President of Sales for La Flor Dominicana Cigars. Tonight, our meter-rater Fred Rui could not be with us today, so we actually have a special meter-rater for today's session. We have a great show lined up for you. It's going to be really festive. We got a great menu for you. We have some wonderful guests. We have a first-time guest to the show this evening. We have Lido Daniel Gomez Jr. with us this evening as well. We'll bring him on in just a little bit, but we've been looking forward to this for a long time. This is a great broadcast, but let's get right to the show and bring on our guest meter-rater today. Kyle Shackleton of La Flor Dominicana Cigars is our guest meter-rater. Kyle, welcome.
Hey Carney, thanks. I'm going to try my best here to live up to Fred and what he would do, but I think it's going to be a real hard task.
All you have to do is eat things that you shouldn't be eating, sample things that you shouldn't be sampling, and crack a few jokes that 99% of the time are probably not funny. You really don't have a lot to live up to here, because Hacking Gourmet and these gourmet sessions are about sitting back, relaxing, having a good time, and it's live TV, so all sorts of bad things can happen, and they most likely do. So anyway, how you doing, Kyle?
Well, I should be upright then. I'm doing great. How about yourself? What's going on, and where are you guys at tonight? I'm up in New Jersey right here, where I could barely walk outside, but you seem outside with a roaring fire behind you.
Yeah, things are getting a little out of control already out here. I really need a longer set of tongs, but I don't have them, so I'm actually sticking my hands directly into the fire. A unique thing that's going on here tonight, I'm actually cooking for about 100 people that we're planning on having here throughout the evening. So once we get into the menu here, I'll tell you a little bit more about that, but I'm cooking whole roasts of picanha right now, and I'm hitting them really, really high temperature. I'm really charring the outside, and I'm going to let these rest a little bit, but I threw those on earlier so I could get them kind of out of the way so we could do the presentation here. But yeah, we're down at Coral Gables. We're just a few blocks from the La Flor Dominicana headquarters here in Coral Gables, Florida. We're at Galiano Cigar Bar. This is a great spot, beautiful bar, full liquor bar. We have an outdoor area set up today, an outdoor lounge, which we're going to fill up hopefully later this evening. But very fortunate to be able to be here tonight and be here with Galiano, and we're looking forward to tonight's session.
Oh, cool. All right. So Galiano, we're doing this session with. We've got the picanha that's already kind of pre-cooked, it sounds like, to some extent, and we're just going to be doing some of the final preparation of that, if I'm not mistaken.
So there is actually something exciting here, Kyle, to be honest with you. So we do have these picanhas that we're having tonight. We actually did select a menu. Those that are cooking along with us at home this evening, let me just do a little brief rundown of what the food package was here. We did a picanha package. It actually has a Wagyu picanha roast. So we've got a Wagyu picanha, no, sorry, not a Wagyu picanha roast, there's a Wagyu picanha steak, very high grade of Wagyu. That's a BMS 8.9. We also have Argentinian chorizo sausage, and then in the pack as well we also had Himalayan pink sea salt, and then a homemade chimichurri sauce for meat and bone. So we're going to be doing Wagyu picanha churrasco. We're going to be doing a really simple sear on that. So when we get into the show there, we'll be talking about that. But our guests that are here tonight are going to be able to eat sausage and sample the picanha, so that's why we have the picanha roast. But the package that people received was just a regular picanha steak. And if you're looking at the screen right now, you can see that picanha comes from the top sirloin there in the back. It's the very top part, and I have it labeled there with the cow, so that shows you where the picanha comes from. And this is a South American type cut of beef.
So the picanha, it's actually it's not a very commonly known cut of beef, but in my opinion, it has some of the most greatest flavor, and it has that really great fat cap on it, and it's just tons of real big beefy flavor and really great marbling throughout too. Kind of closer to like almost like a top sirloin of sorts. Would you agree, Carney?
Yeah, it really is. It's the top sirloin, and what makes it unique is they keep the fat cap pretty thick. So if you look here, if you can see right here, there's a very thick cap of fat. That's where all the flavor is. And what the unique side of it is with Wagyu is if you have a lower grade of beef, this fat cap here is going to be very, very thick, and the marbling, you won't have a lot of marbling inside of the steak like you're seeing here, fat distributed through the muscle. So with a higher grade of beef, this fat cap here is going to be thinner, but more of that fat's going to be marbled throughout the muscle and the tendons in here. So it's really unique. As I said, you can see this is a great cut of beef. This is Wagyu. Has a nice fat cap. It's going to be delicious. We're just going to basically, to get started, we're just going to hit it with a little bit of salt on top. We're going to put the chimichurri sauce on at the end. But first, we're just going to put in, I said, just a little bit of salt on it. It's tons of fat in picanha, so we don't really need any oil. Tonight, I'm also cooking on charcoal. You can see here the grill cam real quick in the background. I'm just cooking on a Weber charcoal grill. We got jumbo lump charcoal from Fogo, which is a great charcoal company. That was brought to you by our friends at Meat and Bone, so they dropped all that stuff off to us today. But I'm just salting that steak up, as I said, both sides. Hit it with some considerable salt. And then we're going to put it here, man. The food's out there. We're going to put it on. We're going to put it on real quick.
This abuse.
And yeah, we got our guests want to get on the show here, so we're going to put this on the grill real quick. We're going to do a tempered cook with it. This is a thin steak, so we're going to do 1 minute on each side. So we're going to throw the steak on right in the middle of the hot charcoal, or if you have it on a pan, at your house, cast iron or whatever you're doing. We're going to do 1 minute, very high heat on each side, and then we're going to set it aside and rest it. But that's the menu for today. Very simple, very basic, lots of great flavors. The chimichurri we're using is a really authentic and traditional Latin and South American type sauce. It has olive oil, vinegar, different spices and herbs. This one here is made from Meat and Bone. Here they use vegetable oil, parsley, distilled vinegar, sugar, water, salt, garlic powder, garlic, and they use the word generic spice, so that's whatever their secret spice is. But we'll be putting that on at the end. I've got my Wagyu roast resting off to the side here for our guests indoors, and we'll be all ready to eat at about 6 o'clock. So the show must go on. We're about a minute in on this steak here. I guess the last thing we're going to talk about, Kyle, is what the cigar is tonight, right?
Yeah. So what kind of cigar are we smoking here tonight? What do you have for us?
So first of all, we have some specials going on here. The Feliz Navidad. This has been one of the hottest cigars that I've ever posted on social media before. We have a Feliz Navidad package. It's $100 free shipping. Has 2 of our special event exclusive cigars in it, 2 Coronado Corona Especials, and it has 3 of the Feliz Navidad Coronado Christmas trees. 2 double Coronas. That was the highest rated regular production cigar that we've ever made. And then it also has a 2016 Cigar of the Year, the Andalusian Bull. These cigars are available here at the store. And then the email below, Ozzy@cigargroup.com. You can email him your information, your contact information, what you'd like to buy, and if you want this package, they will get in touch with you. They'll charge you the $100 and they'll ship that package. So if you want this package and you're watching this virtually with us today, this is your Feliz Navidad package. A ton of great cigars. And we're smoking the Feliz Navidad for Gourmet Smoke Session number 3 exclusively here for Galiano in Coral Gables, Florida.
Awesome. So that looks like a really great package, and we'll be showing that throughout the night. If anybody wants to go ahead and order that, we'll give you some information on how to order and who to contact. And now might be a good time where we can go ahead and introduce our 2 guests that are in the background and talking about the delicious food that's being made. We have Lito Daniel Gomez and Ozzy Gomez. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you?
Excellent. Great. Very happy to be here tonight. Thank you, Ozzy, for having us first off. And yeah, how about yourself, Kyle?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Now, Ozzy, Galiano's Cigar Room. This is your establishment. You have 2 different cigar bars, if I understand correctly. Is that right?
Yes, we've got the Downtown Cigar Bar in downtown Fort Lauderdale. That was our original one. We've been there about 6 years, and Galiano Cigar Room in Coral Gables is our second location. Been here about 1.5 years now.
That's great. So you haven't been in the industry for all that long in terms of the establishments are concerned.
Yeah, not a long time. It's always been a passion of mine, and I've always been very intrigued by the business. So about 6-7 years ago, I reached out to a dear friend that had been in the business both on the spirit side and on the cigar side, and I said, something I've been very passionate about my whole life, and so the next business venture I do, I wanted to do something cigar related, and here we are. We've had a great deal of success in a short period of time, and very excited. The Galiano Cigar Room is the first and only full liquor cigar bar in the history of Coral Gables. So we're very, very excited about that, and honored to be part of the smoke session today. You guys did an amazing job. I was just telling Junior, I just don't know how we got shortchanged and without the food. John's got all the good food out there. We're in here.
Well, I'm sure we'll try and make our way through the broadcast so it doesn't delay you guys for having some of that good food this evening. But first off, how did you get involved though? Like, what was the passion that first got you into cigars and got you enjoying the industry, or what made you take that direction that says, you know what, I want to sell cigars and spirits. You know, this is what I want to do. How did you go there?
Well, it's a great question. I had an opportunity, like I said, I had some friends that have been in the business for some time, and I've been smoking cigars since I was, I won't say the age because it was illegal at the time. So, but luckily I was able to lean on these guys for support, both again on the spirit side and on the cigar side. Had the opportunity in 2014 to visit a factory in Nicaragua and really got to see the back end of the industry. And once I got back, I told my wife, this is something I definitely want to do. And nothing but supportive. And, you know, we started the Downtown Cigar Bar. That was our proof of concept. And from there, man, it's just an amazing industry with amazing people. And it's completely, the camaraderie among cigar smokers and the camaraderie in this industry is like none other.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think you made a key point there is when you went down to the factory, went down to the farm, you saw all this stuff, you were just like kind of blown away. I think a lot of times as cigar smokers, including myself, I take advantage of the time, the patience, the task, the work that it takes in order to actually make a premium cigar.
It is truly a work of art. I've been fortunate enough to go and visited about 7 or 8 factories now, and every time I go, it's just a great admiration for what these guys do. And it's truly a work of art, like the saying goes, seeing it from seed to smoke. You know, even when at times when we get the final product here, just having the knowledge and having get to experience how it was all created, was truly an honor.
Sure. And how would you say that LFD fits inside of your guys' humidor? What's our impact on what you guys do in a day-to-day business? You know.
Oh, not only are these guys, I mean, they're here in our backyard. They're our neighbors, but they've been nothing but supportive from day one. And the product speaks for itself. Every time that these guys launch a product, I can recommend it with my eyes closed. We do a little research, that way we can explain it to the guests. But as far as quality control, as far as consistency, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ozzy. I mean, I'm sure everybody that's involved with this really appreciates those admirable comments, and great to be in that discussion and so confidently recommended by you guys. And what's your thoughts about today's cigar session? I mean, I know you said you were honored to be a part of it, but when you thought of this idea of cigars and food and everything, is this fit into your sort of passions as well?
Oh my goodness! John and I actually compare notes because I'm not as good as he is, at least not yet. But we always meet up and we share ideas on what beef purveyors he uses. I just smoked some ribs over the weekend, and I said, man, we got to sit down and maybe a little friendly competition sometime.
Nice. Well, if that competition ever starts, we'll have to try and figure out a way we could potentially air that. Let's go ahead and maybe check in with Carney. I think he's doing some prep work over on the grill. We could also see what the grill cam looks like potentially.
So here we are, grill cam. We've got tons of fire. I've actually cut the picanha roast in half. Those are back on there. I have actually taken off the picanha steak. Got tons of char. I'm a big fan of char, so we got char in there. I did put a little chimichurri on there to heat it up. I'll be honest, we're probably just going to put that on there one more time. This is a thin steak, so we're probably going to hit it maybe one more time for about 30 seconds or so, and then that's going to be done. So we're going to let that picanha steak rest over there for quite a while. We're going to let it rest for about 10-15 minutes. Then we'll put it on for one more run of heat at the end.
Those look beautiful.
And right now we also got the sausages on here. So we put the sausages on. We're going to give those a lot of fire again if you want char. If you're watching, I think I just got my eyebrows burned off. That's fine. So here we go. It's real out here. Lots of fire. This is Francis Mallman style. I'm doing South American food. And Francis Mallman's one of my favorite chefs in the world. He loves fire, flames, char, and he'd be proud of me right now, I think.
Yeah, that's quite the fire, and you're definitely creating your own little churrasco happening right there for certain.
So the key with the sausage here, Kyle, is you just kind of want to keep it going. Keep rotating it. Let it. I said we're doing charcoal today, so we're gonna have char on everything, and then we're gonna put chimichurri sauce over the top of everything as well. So the sausage you really want to do like about a minute or so once it starts to crack. Let me bring one of these sausages up here. Once it starts to crack a little bit like this, then you want to flip it to the other side and you rotate it around 3 or 4 times, and then your sausage is done. This style of cooking, hot fire, lots of flames, real simple, basic. It's dangerous, but the results are great.
That's awesome, and it's quick too.
Yeah, that's one of the key things. You got to keep an eye on it because it can get out of control real quick. And we also have really fatty cuts of meat here, so you can see there's a lot of flame kick up. There's just a lot of fire. So I'm going to put the top on here real quick, just for a second, probably for about a minute. Remember, if you're watching and cooking along with us, the actual steak is off the grill. So there's no steak on that grill right now. It's just those roasts. So if you have your steak on there, you need to get it off ASAP. You can see the smoke rolling off this. I'm going to leave that in there for a very short period of time, maybe a minute or two, and then we're going to yank those steaks back, those roasts back off again for a resting period. But things are getting crazy over here. A good time. I'm still out here kind of by myself, waiting to see if anybody comes out. I think they'll probably start coming out when the food's ready.
Well, I'm sure the smell is good. So we're going to go ahead and rest those for a little bit, and then we're going to come back and throw them on one last time, if I understand correctly.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, I think over at the next to Ozzy, we actually have our other first-time special guest of the evening, Lito Daniel Gomez. And Lito, it's great to see you. We were just commenting before how I haven't seen you in a year and a half now because of the current situations, and your hair has grown. You've got this everywhere. You've got hair. You look like you grew another foot or so. I don't even know. I'm baffled at this moment. How are you?
I'm also doing great, man. Great seeing you again. Honestly, I wish I was in person. We could catch up out of cigar, but given Corona and all the precautions is what I succumbed to. I've been good, man. Growing out the hair just to see what I could do during COVID. Can't do anything else. So yeah, we're here. Thankfully, Ozzy and Sierra are gracious enough to have us here. It's a beautiful spot, and yeah, I'm excited for the night, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So this is your first Gourmet sessions. What's your thought on this program and this, when they first started?
I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm very surprised that it took John 10 years or so with LFD to finally start a cooking show. And ironically enough, it's solely based on meat, which we all saw coming. In my opinion, it's also a great thing to do. We, not just John, like the LFD family in general, we love cooking. We also love our cigars. So putting these hand in hand is also a great idea, and I'm in full support. And I'm happy to be here for my first time.
Yeah, one of the things that has been noted from your brother is your dad, Lito Gomez, is an excellent cook. And has he been able to pass along anything to you, or where does your food love come in terms of standards and everything?
Obviously, my brother probably introduced my dad's brief history of work he has in Flor, and when he was an immigrant in Canada, and it was a great restaurant, so he himself decided to learn from the chefs. And honestly, I can't even remember the first time I was in the kitchen with my dad. It's just something we've always done together, something we've bonded over. Every time he's in town, we'll order some new ingredients that we haven't tried before, and we'll spend hours that time just working on things, like expanding our knowledge on cuisine and whatnot.
That's great. Awesome. And what would you say makes us different from other cigars in the premium cigar industry? As we get a look at the grill cam, it looks like Carney threw some more of the sausages on.
Yeah.
But what would you say is unique and different about La Flor Dominicana? I mean, obviously the gourmet sessions is really great. Ozzy spoke to it being really unique. What do you think is one of the things that sets us apart?
And so honestly, I wish I would have more reason for this because I'm gonna be honest. Um, LFD is part of an amazing industry as a whole, where everybody's operating to perfection with respect, and it honestly just adds its aura to the industry itself. If you're gonna ask what I personally think we do the best, um, if you see interviews from my father, the number one thing LFD does, and I'm not saying this that other companies don't do, but something that we preach and we're very strict on is quality of a product. We will not, under no circumstance, allow a cigar that we wouldn't personally smoke to be sold. And on top of that, for a young company, we've had an immense amount of success, which is something you don't see a lot in the early stages of a company. And lastly, another aspect that we don't always see, obviously we see it in the Jerome family and the Fuente family, but LFD is a very family-oriented. There we go.
Let's see. We're gonna hand this.
Thank you, Jonathan. Tableside service.
Oh, let me
Oh,
just.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So if the major takeaway of all this would be is LFD's by far one of the most family-oriented companies, and I feel like it helps us.
Yeah, for sure. And the quality speaks to itself. It's not a cigar that we would ever produce that we wouldn't ourselves enjoy. And, we've got strict quality control measures that are in the factory that I've seen and you've been a part of that you take a look at that, really speak to the management in terms of that's concerned. And like Ozzy said, he can blindly recommend any one of our cigars and he's all right with that. And so, what does this passion for food and cigars and how does it all come together? And what's like some of your favorite dishes that you enjoy, like when you're going to have a really good meal and then have a cigar after? What's your favorite thing?
As much as I want to say, tomahawk, I think I would have to go with my favorite meal with having a nice medium-bodied cigar after would be linguine and clams. So for me, that was something that my dad and I would always do together from a very young age, and I will also plead the fifth on the specifics of age in terms of the smoking after these meals. However, it was just one of those things that me and my dad would always do together, and then after we'll eat, we'll be full, we'll have a nice cigar together.
Yeah, some good Italian food, some nice carbs, and some heavy, nice pasta with great white wine and butter.
Yep.
Oh, so good. And it's funny because I think it's a prerequisite to have a passion for food in order to become a La Flor Dominicana employee.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, you have to.
I thought it was okay. I wasn't certain.
We have it on the job description.
That's what it was. It was in fine print. Okay, and
Hey, don't burn it. Don't burn it.
It's really great to see everybody and see everyone every year, and we really do enjoy our food and our cigars all together. What's one of the things during these times that you think has we've done really well as a company, as La Flor Dominicana, to stay in a strong position while we're dealing with some of the challenges that are set?
All right. Moving into this year, we actually completed an expansion in the rolling room, in our production factory, and when Corona hit, out of nowhere, we realized that we had a huge stash of inventory, and that was able to fuel us for a few months and keep us in a very strong position with great numbers. And I feel like as how do you say it? COVID regulations eased, we were able to increase the amount of production, and we were able to stabilize like the number of gas flow in or out. So yeah.
Yeah, and that was something in a long time coming to make that facility larger, because the demand for our cigars has been so exponential, and it's only because of retailers such as Ozzy at Galiano's to go ahead and support us that allow us to have that demand. Carney, do we actually have those packages again that we're featuring tonight for Galiano Cigar Room? We've got, I think it's a 7-pack of cigars. We got 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 10. 10. I apologize. My counting's off. That wasn't something that they checked before this. It's $100. It looks like Ozzy at cigarbargroup.com. If you want to
We're on a live broadcast.
Your bottle of rum.
What we're doing
name, number, they'll go ahead and get $100 package out to you.
in Argentinian chorizo.
Coronado.
Yeah, when it's done, we'll cut it up. We'll eat it up.
We have the double Corona size of the Coronado and the Andalusian Bull, and then the 2 cigars that are being displayed on the left there are actually our event-only exclusive. So $100, free shipping. Make sure you message Ozzy at cigarbargroup.com. You can email it during, after. We'll make sure to get these packages out to you. And Cardi, what's happening with the grill cam right over there? You're throwing on some sausages, taking them off, putting the pan outside.
I've got another 12 sausages to cook here. We're cooking 40 of them total. So I've got another 10 I'm about to throw on. My steak's resting off to the side. The roaster resting off to the side. We're going to, for those cooking along with us, we are going to give the steak another 20 or 30 seconds. So if you'd like to, take your steak. Obviously, we're cooking this medium rare. If you'd like to, you can put your steak back on either the charcoal or on your stovetop and put them on there for another 30 to 45 seconds on each side, and then you're going to pull that off and let it rest. And honestly, it's time to eat. My steak was on charcoal, so I'm letting the wagyu just sit and rest. So I'm not going to put it on one more time because I want it to be medium rare. But yeah, we got more sausages going on.
No.
We got all sorts of excitement. If you're actually in the Miami area, you're more than welcome to swing on down to Galiano. At 8 p.m. we actually have live music coming here too, so we're going to be partying into the evening, and all sorts of stuff going on. So food, drinks, cigars, beer, wine, alcohol, and live music to celebrate the holiday season. So all sorts of stuff going on here. But these last 4 sausages here going on to put us down to the last 12 sausages. And then we'll start the plating. I'm going to start cutting these roasts up, and we're going to take these inside and start doing the sampling. So we're about 10-15 minutes away from plating, and then we're going to have a complete meal.
Awesome.
And one thing, Kyle, I do want to mention one thing. For those that bought the package, our food package from our friends at Meat and Bone, you can see meatandbone.com down there at the bottom of the screen. It did come with a special shirt. It came with a beef shirt. Let me unzip here. So it says beef, and on the back it says no good story started with a salad, from our friends at Meat and Bone. So there was some apparel in there, but for anyone that participated, remember your t-shirts there, wear it proudly, and visit meatandbone.com for these food packages. As always, all of our food packages that we prepare on any of the Hacking Gourmet, the Flor Dominicana Gourmet smoke sessions are always available on meatandbone.com. So if you missed the show and weren't able to cook with us now, you can always buy it later and have it shipped to you and enjoy that. But they got all sorts of great meats for the holidays, so check out meatandbone.com.
That shirt right there might be worth the whole entire package, Carney.
It was for me.
I agree.
That's a great shirt. I'm definitely going to log on to Meat and Bone after we get off here and pick that one up. So, Lito, real quick, getting back to some of the things and your history and your involvement with the company, what's next for LFD? What kind of new cigars, new projects, what do you have going on?
All right. So first off, in terms of what the company's doing moving forward, well, one, we, myself and John, we have kind of taken it upon ourselves to do more charities with LFD. For example, we have an evening in appreciation coming up on Wednesday. We're having it here in Miami, and all proceeds will be going for men's mental health specifically at the November organization. And in terms of new product, I'm actually smoking it right here. So
real quick, Lito, we actually have this up on the screen right now. The Movember event we're doing will be virtual. That's with our partners at the Experience Brokers out of Atlanta. If you have a cell phone and you want to donate, you can actually scan the QR code that's right on the screen there, or it'll take you to get more information. But that'll be next week, and that'll be streaming live on Wednesday at 7 p.m., an evening of appreciation for the Movember movement to support men's mental health.
Yeah. And so in terms of a new product, obviously for all the defense out here, we understand, unfortunately, we weren't able to release anything new in terms of product this year. However, what I'm smoking right here, it's actually something that I've been personally working on myself for the past couple of years. And we decided that, hey, like, with the help of my brother and my father, of course, we decided that, all right, we're going to release it this year. Unfortunately, it got pushed, so now it's going to be out in late March, early April, and we're also going to be releasing another new cigar from my brother. We are both very excited. For me, it's kind of like a hallmark, like moment and dream, because finally I get the chance to be able to create something for the industry and for the company. And yeah, so both cigars are great. I'm not going to give too much more detail, but yeah.
I won't give too much more detail either, but I do have one of them right here on me.
Yeah, let's go ahead and leave the allure of what might be coming out just for a minute, because I actually might have more questions than now that you've said a few things. So, anyways, what Ozzy, real quick, what does it look like for you in the next few months here, and you know, what's some of your aspirations for your store and what your guys are doing? Are you looking to expand? Are you looking to try and just kind of move forward with what you guys have been doing and comfortable?
So the answer to that is yes. We are looking to expand. We are in the works of a possible third location that we're in negotiations with right now. As far as our immediate, and I wanted to point this out because nothing better than great food, great cigars. I think that we have to add one more thing, is a great spirit. So what we did for now the month of December, we're going to continue the special with La Flor Dominicana, and nothing better than a nice Dominican rum to go with it, Brugal 1888. So the special that we're doing for in-store purchases, mix and match any 20 La Flor Dominicanas, we give you a complimentary bottle of Brugal 1888.
So you get mix and match a box, and you get a bottle.
I'm sorry, say that again?
You get mix and match, and you get a whole bottle of Brugal?
Correct.
All right, that sounds like a really good deal. I'll be there in about 24 hours, I think, from New Jersey.
There you go.
So
make sure you get your COVID test. You don't want that.
The third location, this is really exciting. I mean, this is a time when, you know, there's some businesses that are having some questionable doubts about the future and stuff like that, but you guys are actually looking to expand. That's great. I'm so glad to hear it.
Yeah, it was in the makings for some time now. Unfortunately, with the unusual circumstances this year, it got postponed. But like everything, you got to turn a negative into a positive. So one of the things that we did throughout the year was regroup and take the opportunity to set some more goals and set some more features that we're going to be doing in with all the stores in conjunction. So when we run these specials, we'll be able to do it collectively in both counties. So that's one of the goals that we did. We just wanted to regroup, get organized, and focus on what's to come. You know, again, I like to turn a negative into a positive. You know, it's very unusual circumstances this year, so we used the time wisely and kept focusing on building our brand.
Yeah, it's so vital and so important, that laser focus to just keep on moving forward, keep on making it positive. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of what you guys are doing. You know, this is awesome. I love this program because of the passion and love I have for food. What are you smoking right now, Ozzy?
I'm smoking the unreleased, which again, and I'm glad you asked, because this is one of my favorite cigars, and we really only get to enjoy it during these events. But in addition to, with the package, the mix and match 20 cigars, you do get a 5-pack of the unreleased as well, included on that deal.
Awesome. So there's a couple of different ways to participate, if I understand correctly. One, you can go to your store and you can buy, mix and match a box, and you're going to go ahead and give a free bottle of Brewdol. And then the other way that you can participate in this, if you're not in the greater Miami area, is you can go ahead and email Ozzy at cigarbargroup.com. There's a 10-pack of cigars that's $100. It includes an Andalusian Bowl. It includes the Feliz Navidad special release cigar, and it also includes the event-only cigar that Ozzy just spoke of. And Ozzy, I agree, the event-only cigar is a really great cigar. What would you say is your favorite aspect of that cigar, or favorite flavor that you pick up in that event-only cigar that you're smoking this evening?
I'm sorry, you broke up a bit. Say that again?
What's your favorite aspects of the event-only cigar that you're smoking here tonight? What's the flavor profile? How do you enjoy that?
Great question. Great question. I love this wrapper. It's a nice creamy wrapper. It's a light to medium body. So it's very flavorful. And again, I mean, the consistency of everything that La Dominicana puts out, you always know that you're going to get a great product, consistent. But that's one of the things I love the best about this, the creaminess of this wrapper.
Awesome, great. Carney, it looks like you got some flames going on the grill clam again. You just throwing on some more sausages onto the grill?
The sausages are wrapping up. I'm actually starting my plating. I'll actually bring over. I have finished my plating of the Wagyu picanha. So here we go. We've got the Wagyu picanha here with the chimichurri. We've got some Himalayan pink sea salt here at the top, and the 4 Argentinian chorizo sausages. So this plate's done. This is today's presentation. I got a nice picture with the cigar here, so I'm enjoying that. I'm finishing up the roast for our guests here. We've got a sampling. I got a little Christmas platter that we're going to put together. We're going to pile up churrasco on top of that. So the last thing I need to do after this is just pull these pieces of beef off, let them rest, and then I'm going to cut them and I'm going to top them with the meat and bone Grill Master's chimichurri sauce, which came in the package here. So we got a good package, all sorts of exciting stuff going on. I'm looking forward to get this food served.
Awesome. And Lito, what is it that you're smoking this evening?
I'm actually smoking my cigar that I talked about that will be released in March.
All right. Well, we don't need any more details about that at the current moment. Then we'll hold
I
off.
wish I could give you guys full disclosure.
Hey, you know what, Kyle? Dude, it runs in the family that the Gomez brothers smoke cigars that aren't available for sale on this show.
Hey.
Yeah, I must say, if I've been following along.
If I don't smoke it, how do I know it'd be good for you guys?
If you have been following along, this has been a trend of ours, but I will say that the quality control department of Tony Gomez and Lito Gomez Jr. is top notch. They're really making sure that everything is getting delivered right on key with what we want. That's for certain. Lito, what's your favorite thing to cook with your dad? I know you said you had linguine and clam sauce as clam sauce was one of the things. What are you guys, when you're really preparing a night to go ahead and get together, have cigars together, what's the main thing that you guys will do?
Egg, meat, red meat specifically. If it's just a chill night, not too fancy, we'll throw on a few either skirt steaks or short ribs, and then a nice little salad on the side with tomatoes, and then we're good. That's all we need.
So the fact that we started doing these gourmet sessions with red meat being kind of the center forecast is really, really in line with what you, your dad, and your whole family enjoy when they're talking about having a night together and enjoying each other's company, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, nowadays, Ines is vegan nowadays, so we have to kind of work around that in terms of a menu. However, for the most part, it's red meat for my father and I.
All right. Fair enough. There can be some consolidations and some different things made that way for sure. Now, Lito, what has been your experience down in the factory in the Dominican Republic over the past years? I mean, you've been there a number of times now, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, obviously, I'm in school still. I'm at University of Miami, which we're losing right now, but I have a lot of faith we're gonna bring it back. However, like I don't have the leisure to travel as much as I want to the DR. I love going there. Obviously, me living in Miami, I'm always at the office, whether it's just to go pick up a few cigars or end the day there packing orders. I really don't get to do that much when I'm down there. I mean, I'm not able to go down as much. So, and I am down there. It's all work. It's 100% me and my dad. I'll be like, hey, what do you need? For example, last time I went, we were working on the blends and the band design for the cigar. However, usually, actually, talking about quality control, and my first job when I was down there was to be in the quality control area and actually feel each cigars to make sure that they're all up to par to our standards.
While you guys are talking, I'm just going to show the cigar sampler here again. We have some people in the comments that are asking to see that sampler. It's got our highest rated regular production line in the history of the company, the Coronado, 3 of the Feliz Navidad, $100 free shipping, great deal, 2 of the unreleased event cigars that Ozzy talked about. We actually threw an Andalusian bowl in there too. Ozzy wasn't around this morning when I put that package together, so I threw an Andalusian bowl in there. So sorry, Ozzy, if I had people lined up in the store for it, but it's now in those packages. But we got a bowl in there too, so a great package. But I'll keep you guys talking. I said I just plated my sausages here. I put some chimichurri over the top and on the platter, and I'm just letting the Kanya roast rest. And then we're gonna serve it inside. So keep talking, guys. I'll be here smoking, and once we get inside, I'll let you all know when I serve the food, and we'll wrap the show up.
So, Lito, your job when you went down there last time was checking quality control. It was checking cigars for soft spots, making sure that they are filled properly. Is that correct?
I mean, so the last time I went down there, I was solely focused on making sure the cigar is ready to go. However, in previous years, like the first time I went down there, my dad alone, I was probably 13. And that whole week, I was just in the quality control room, feeling each cigar. My dad told me, if you don't have this down, you're not working for the company. And I was like, okay, fine. So every time I would go down until recent years would be quality control or in the rolling room, making sure everything's being done up to par.
So your official first task was to make sure that the quality of the cigars were up to standard.
Yeah. Ironically, at a company where we make sure everything's up to par, they had me doing it.
Yeah, and I've been down there every year since being employed now. I've been there several times, and it's always amazing to me that there is so many different quality control checkpoints. I mean, there's a rolling room that each roller has a scale on their table that says to them how heavy the cigar should be. There's an actual draw tester that will actually test the draw of the cigar by a vacuum and figure out if the cigar is going to draw properly. And then there's a whole room that's dedicated to feeling every single one of the cigars that goes into production and weighing these bundles of cigars. It's really great, the types of processes that we have in place, the standard processes that are in place in order to make sure that the quality of the product is bar none the best in the industry.
Yeah.
And then, so what have you seen evolve over the time in which you were down there first to now? Like, what's been the biggest thing? Because I've been down there 7-8 times now. But the factory is so different than it was when I first went down there.
And so,
we're about 5 minutes away, guys. I'll have it inside. 5 minutes away. I got a crowd building outside here. They're starting to get anxious.
As I was saying, the newest edition the factory was actually adding. I'm pretty sure we added around 16U rolling seats, which is a huge addition when you like think about it. However, like over the years, as with quality control, it actually used to be me, my dad, and my brother. But when I was there, and then when I wasn't, it was my dad and my brother. They'd be in the middle of the rolling room, actually feeling cigars. However, as of recent years, as you noticed, Kyle, when you went down, we do have a whole room for that now, where we have like 7 to 8 employees checking each cigar and making sure they're all ready to go.
Absolutely, yeah. The fermentation room alone, when I first went down there, was about a quarter of the size that it is now.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the things that we are putting in place in order to try and produce more while still monitoring the quality control and delivering some of the best products in the industry. What's happening on his end? I don't.
What did you say, Kyle? You broke up.
Can you get that?
Go ahead and check back in with Carney maybe and what's going on at the grill cam.
So what's going on here, guys? We've got so we're outside. I said this is the grill package again we got here. Our cameras are all kind of screwed up. We're all over the place right now. Yeah, the lights are dimming outside. I got green on my face. I'm just cutting up the roast right now. We got a platter coming together. The meal's done. The crowd's building here. I'm just cutting up the picanha roast. I'm hitting it with some sea salt, the Himalayan sea salt, and then the chimichurri sauce is going directly on top of that. And we just got a huge platter of beef getting put together right now. So we're going to be ready to serve the guests inside here in about probably 5 minutes at the most, and everything's going great. The internet's working well. The show's streaming nicely. In a few minutes here, about a minute, I'm going to start the Christmas music up again, and we're going to be on the home stretch, guys.
So
hey, we got Gabriel from Meat and Bone is here. You can barely see him, but that's Gabriel, one of the owners of Meat and Bone. They set us up in here. He's a big cigar smoker. I got a Christmas tree here for you. Feliz Navidad. But everything's coming along good. So yeah, Meat and Bone in the house. Everyone's here. It's a great time. As I said, I'll get some of this Christmas music here playing, and we'll get the home stretch.
Well, thanks everybody. I think this has been a really great little gourmet session. I want to thank Ozzy for coming out tonight and hosting us. I want to thank Lito for joining us here, and then obviously
Thank you for having us.
Going to the chef John Carney in creating this gourmet smoke session, and our guest that just arrived, Gabriel from Meat and Bone, who's been able to provide us with these great packages. If you don't already know, you can pick up these Meat and Bone packages either now, before, after. There's no time limit on any of these packages. I believe we even have some of the previous packages if you wanted to go ahead and check them out and see what we have to offer. Also, we'll go ahead and talk about our next gourmet smoke sessions, which I believe John might have some further information about as well.
Yeah, our very next gourmet smoke session is going to be in January, on January 14th, with our friends at Mom's Cigar Warehouse in Scarsdale, New York. We're trying to do it in person, but the virtual side will obviously be available depending on regulations up in New York. But that will be on January 14th, and we'll be announcing the cigar for that session on our very next episode of Hacking Gourmet, which is going to be on December 21st. That will be our Christmas special, so that'll be a really exciting time. And as always, you can check out LFD Cigars on all social media aspects. You can go to lfdcigars.com. You can check us out on Facebook, always where our gourmet smoke sessions will be streamed, as well as on YouTube. You can also go to hackinggourmet.com, where you can find information on all of our partners, including Meat and Bone and the Wagyu Bar, who provided this great food for us this evening. And obviously, thank you to Ozzy and his business partner, Ciro, here at the Galiano Cigar Bar. We're going to have a party tonight. We got live music going on at 8 o'clock. I've got tons of people staring down this food, so we're going to get it inside here in just a minute. But thank you all very much. This was a great gourmet smoke session. As I said, we do have specials. Let me pop it on the screen just one last time. $100 for this great set with the Feliz Navidad cigar. I know there was a lot of excitement around there, but email Ozzy at cigarbargroup.com, and they will reach out to you and get this package set up And it said free shipping. You can't beat it. $100. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Signing off, John Carney from Hacking Gourmet, Flor Dominicana Cigars. Lito Jr., brother, you're like a brother to me. I'm super impressed with how you handled this tonight and how you did the show. I gave them no show notes, so we had no idea what questions were going to be asked. Love you like a brother.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Stay safe. So long from Coral Gables, Florida. Thank you, Kyle.
There you guys.
Thank you, guys.